What did he do?
He got sentenced to 32 months in prison for aggressively grabbing a 10-year-old child and sniffing his arm.
Memes with disturbing backstories.
You guys ever see this meme? Now, I know it looks funny, but there's quite the dark story behind it.
I think I've seen it.
A lot of the memes that you guys see throughout the internet.
Okay, never seen this one. Never seen this one. This looks like it could be crazy. Never seen this one.
Or in my videos, they're all used for comedic purposes. However, there's a dark side to a lot of them. So today I decided, you know what, let me go do some research and find the dark story behind all of these memes so you don't have to. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let's begin. First, we have the mugshot meme. This guy. I've never seen this guy a meme throughout my entire channel. Initially, I just thought he was funny looking. I Googled funny mugshot.
He probably has a disease.
I know here I Googled fat mugshot meme, but when I had initially found it, I Googled funny mugshot. And then I found this guy. And then I made a video with him and it got like 15 million views. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I guess people think he's funny looking too. We'll use him. So for the longest time, I swear, I was trying to figure out, what did he do? What is this mugshot? Is this real? Is it fake? It's real. His name is Victor, and he is a 450-pound gangster. 450 pounds. How on earth do you get that big? Now, the reason why this mugshot exists is when he was 56 years old in 2013.
What did he do?
He got sentenced to 32 months in prison for aggressively grabbing a 10-year-old child and sniffing his arm.
I have an image in my head on how I imagine that looks. I think as someone who would see him doing, I would just be completely bewildered. I don't know how I could respond to that as like a passerby. Like I'm imagining, so let me specifically tell you what I'm imagining. I'm imagining those cooks from Little Nightmares, right? Right? Snatching up a little boy and just sniffing and then just putting it right down and walking away. I'm like, I just, it hurts. Processing it in my, it just hurts.
Do you know how utterly terrifying that must have been for that poor child? So basically, the 10-year-old and his cousin were just walking down a bike trail on their way to some soccer practice. Just minding their own business, doing their own thing. I tend to say that a lot. When this guy Victor came out of actually nowhere and was like to the kid, yo, do you want to see my gang-affiliated tattoo? So the kid was like, sure, why not? Not really being aware of his surroundings, not realizing that some 450-pound guy came out of nowhere. So the kid was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe they said yeah because they were scared.
I assume he said that out of fear, because if I was a 10-year-old child and this guy popped out of the bush, I'm either running or I'm frozen in fear.
Exactly.
I assume the kid just was frozen in fear. So when the kid said sure, Victor saw that as an opportunity to grab the child and sniff him. So yeah, that's the context of this mugshot. Next, we have Wardy Jubert III. Oh my God.
What happened? What happened?
Sammy, while you're editing this, make sure your door is closed. I don't want your mom walking in and you having to explain yourself on what you're doing. What? So this guy, his name is Wardy.
Okay, all right. I see what was going on there.
And he was born in 1971. In his personal life, he spent his time being a semi-pro football coach, a preacher, and a nude model. What on?
Imagine going to the church and your preacher was a nude model? I'd be kind of...
Earth is that combination.
I thought he was a corn star.
How do you preach religion, go coach football, and be a nude model on top of that too? I have no idea. This meme blew up in 2020 because of, I don't even have an explanation. People just found it funny. I unfortunately did research on this, don't ask why, but this picture was taken in 2009. Oh my God. Get me the fuck out of here.
I'm curious now.
The picture was taken in 2009. It went viral in 2020, but the dark side of this meme is that he unfortunately passed away in 2016 from a heart attack. So rest in peace to this beast. Wardy Gerald Jubert III, August 30th,
he died young too.
To December 11, 2016. Rest in peace to him. Let's move on. Okay, next, the tough guy entrance. Sammy will play it on screen right now.
I don't know this guy.
Thank you, Sammy. This guy, his real name is Jawad.
Y'all know this name?
In 2015, there was a Paris attack. And if you don't remember what happened, in short, without going into too much detail, 130 people passed away and over 300 people got injured. Now, the reason why this meme is considered dark and has a dark backstory is that this guy, Jawad, got arrested for having some involvement with the attack. So the two people who are actually responsible for the attack, these two people, he let them both sleep in his flat. He claims he had no idea that they were even plotting this attack, but nonetheless, because of his negligence of being ignorant of the two people who were staying in his house, sleeping in the other room, because of his ignorance, quote unquote, which I don't know about you, that sounds like some bullshit. There's no way you let two people into your house, have them sleep in the other room, have no understanding of who.
I don't like family sleeping at my house, so I definitely don't want no strangers. I don't want my family here staying overnight. I'm good. So that's crazy.
They are, what they do, what they're plotting. It just doesn't make sense. But because of this, he got sentenced to 4 years in prison, and he got an additional 6 months for talking shit to a prison guard. So yeah. So now every time you see this,
who is he saying to the guard to get 6 more minutes?
Just think about the context. There's a reason why I don't ever use it. Crazy. Next, the woman yelling at cat meme. This one. Oh my god. First and foremost, why is she yelling at the dog? What did the dog ever do to her?
You mean
He's
cat?
Just sitting there minding his own business, and she is so angry.
You mean
Jokes
cat?
aside, this picture has a double backstory. So there's two dark memes involved with this meme. The reason why she is so angry, her name is Taylor Armstrong. And this picture of her yelling came from a show called Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Heard of it.
Specifically, season 2, episode 11. Yeah, I looked into it and I had to watch the episode to get more context, and it's kind of messed up, you know. Prior to this situation, in her real life, outside the show, so her personal life, she was going through a pretty abusive relationship, and she opened up to the cast on the show about it publicly and privately. So what set her off is this lady, Camille Grammer. Her last name is unironically Grammer. The yelling lady, Taylor, talked to this lady about personal stuff off camera, about what she was going through.
And then she brought it up on camera.
Opening up to her, you know, telling her secrets about herself and whatnot. So this lady sat there and she like listened to her, comforted her, took care of her. But the second that the cameras turned back on, she exposed the private details that was.
That's so nasty. You're coming up about how you getting abused and hit in the household. They're like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so sorry. This shouldn't be happening to anyone. I'm so sorry. Please say that one more time. Come on, say it again. You said you were getting beat. Hold on. The lens cap is on. You're getting beat? Okay. What else did he do? Oh, come on, don't be shy now. What else did you do? Hold on, wait. Hold that thought. I need to focus the camera. It needs to focus. Okay, what was it?
Only told to her, to the rest of the cast, and was talking shit about her.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So imagine this. Imagine you're opening up to somebody, you're telling them personal things about yourself, expecting them to, one, keep a secret, and two, be understanding of it, just for that person to go out and be a dickhead. That's why that lady was
absolutely
now, the
neither one of those things.
That is
There's a second part?
soul-wrenching involves the dog, aka the cat, whose name is Smudge.
The
Smudge
dog
cat.
named the cat?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's just a good boy. Shout out to Smudge.
Wait, really?
I'm actually gonna give a shout out to Smudge's Instagram. Well, clearly he doesn't need a shout out. He has
Smudge?
1.5 million followers.
What the heck? Wait, he's an Instagram account?
My Instagram. But it's not about Smudge. It's about an alternate version of the meme. This one. That is not Smudge. This is a different dog, but it's an alternate version of the meme.
Okay, so he's just calling cats dogs. Okay.
This dog's name is Thurston Waffles. This.
What?
Oh my God. What a stupid looking cat. What are you looking at?
What? Hey, shout out Thurston.
So,
show me.
It's just a cat who has a funny meow.
You'll just keep making that sound.
Is that not a normal meow?
Till Daddy's head explodes.
Is that not normal?
Oh my God. Oh man. Yo, off topic.
Maybe I don't know
this
enough
cat
cats.
Kind of looks like Ash's girlfriend. Look. Anyways, Thurston Waffles, this good boy over here, was born in 2007. And in 2022, he got diagnosed with nasal cancer. And in September 2022, Thurston Waffles unfortunately passed away.
R.I.P. Thurston.
Oh man. Such a good boy. Rest in peace, Thurston. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Thurston.
Man, it's something about animals that just look at him. Poor boy, man. Anyways, let's move on. Next, Bonk Dog. This boy. This is the Bonk Dog. A good ass boy. Just look at his
Yo.
face. The dog's real name is Baltzy.
Like, why does he look so judgmental? He's judging me right now. Why are you looking at me like that?
Born in 2011. The dog became famous because of quite literally just this meme. Bro, I don't know, man. The internet finds the most random things funny. It's just a stupid dog sitting with a Photoshop baseball bat, hitting another dog that says bonk. That's all there is to it. In 2020, the meme got famous. Even I used sound effects as a result of this meme. You know, this one, that's from this meme. Once again, unfortunately, this poor boy got diagnosed with cancer as well.
RP Boink.
And he sadly passed away in August 2023.
RP Boinky.
At the age of 12.
During surgery?
The owner announced it saying he fell asleep this Friday morning. Man, I may not be able to show it properly, but there is something that destroys me about seeing pets pass away. Rest in peace to this good ass boy. Next, this meme. This one is pretty funny, but also kind of messed up. So basically, this is Will Smith. We all know him, one of the most famous people on this planet.
Now that I think about it, I don't know where that came from.
Responsible for why Will Smith slapped that guy from Madagascar. She has a Facebook show called, I don't actually want to promote it, matter of fact, but it's called Red Table Talk, where she basically just yaps. Like, it's basically a podcast, but she invites people on and just, I don't know.
So a podcast.
She
has a podcast.
So back in July 2020, she brought our boy William to address her relationship.
Yeah, I remember
with him.
that.
They were together and then they separated, but they weren't divorced, so they were still married. So on this fucking stupid Red Table Talk, she's basically just yapping on and on about justifying her cheating on Will Smith.
Okay.
And Will Smith's ass. Sorry, I actually like him, but in this video, I was like, bro, what the f is wrong with this guy? I'm actually gonna pull it up right now.
But, you know,
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened? An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
He can't even sit there with any conviction in him being like, entanglement, aka you cheating.
I remember the entanglement meme.
So
but I didn't remember him crying.
Oh my god. Her definition of entanglement is a softer word for cheating on your husband, basically.
And like you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner.
Oh, shut the f, man. This girl's trying to sound like such a saint. Unfortunately, I'll explain. This is August. He is 20 years younger than Will Smith's wife.
Yes.
This guy became close with Will Smith's family
because of
as a result of his son, Jaden Smith. This guy.
That is weird. That is
weird.
While
they were still married.
That is so, like, why are you sleeping with your friend's friend? I mean, your son's friend. Like, that's weird. That's so weird.
Will Smith and Jada Smith, she basically separated from him, didn't divorce him, and cheated on him with her son's friend.
That's insane. Do you think he's still invited to their house?
Called it a entanglement. So, guys, her definition of being unfaithful is just an entanglement. It's not a big deal. Happens to the best of us. Look, we were healing our relationship. I wanted to be a good person, and he was going through some tough times. You know, I was looking after his mental health, you know, August's mental health, as she just said. And as a result of me doing that, shit happened. It was an entanglement. Why are you so upset, Will Smith? Grow up. You're being so toxic.
I want to know how Jaden felt about that. Like, I wonder if Jaden ever had any word to do it. If I was Jaden, I wouldn't want to talk about it. I'm just skipping over that chapter of life right there. I have no words to say. I don't want to talk about it whatsoever.
You're being so toxic, Will Smith. Why can't you just accept me for what I
So
want to
during
do?
the entanglement is when he did this face?
Okay. Anyways. Guys, it's 5 in the morning. I'm not kidding. It's 5:28 in the morning. I'm giving myself the pass today. So anyways, allegedly, this kid August was going through it. So Jada, being the
brought him on the red table
human being that she is, decided to care for him because August definitely needed to go to her. No other human being alive, not a therapist or one of his friends.
I mean, Jada's the therapist.
He had no ulterior motives or anything. Of course not. How could you possibly think that? He didn't want to sleep with his friend's mom. You can't be thinking that. That's just absurd. So anyways, this entire video is her just yapping about this entanglement. It's basically her just justifying her actions. And Will is sitting there, not
just
speaking
listening
a single word that is truly on his mind, not showing any of his clear dissatisfaction with the situation. He's just sitting there accepting it.
Like, why? I wouldn't even want to go to this table to begin with. There is nothing to discuss for the public to see. Like, what is the purpose? What is being gained? That's my question. You were having talks that y'all could be having in the house in front of there was nothing to be gained.
Look at his face. He's just like,
when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really, really.
Why can't we talk about the political and economic state of the world? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's what we really need to talk about, bro. Like, where's Jaden at? I know he been doing his charity thing, bro. It's time to talk about the political and economical state of the world, bro. I know you've been on your charity. You know, no one wanted to listen to you, so you said, F it. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do my own charity. I'm gonna care about it. Y'all gonna see I'm gonna care about it.
He's sick, yeah.
And
oh, he was really sick. Why are you agreeing with her? For God's sakes. He's sitting there basically justifying her actions for her. Like, oh, he was sick. It's fine. It's cool. Look, I'm okay with it. He was sick. You're being a good person. It's all good. I'm losing the ability to speak English as a result of this video. It's just crazy. I don't know how other way to put it. It's just nuts.
marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah,
We decided that we were going to go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well,
and then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on.
I'm not gonna say any more about this. It's
Yeah,
just
it's time to move on.
But
Time to
not
move
my
on.
business. For God's sakes, all the best. To them.
Exactly. Like, it's not. So why were we told all
I
that
actually like
on a
Will
red
Smith.
table?
I gotta put this out there. However, I don't like her, not one bit. Anyways, that's that. Go watch my other videos if you want.
Memes with disturbing backstories too.
Yo, memes are great. They're a good way to create humor out of any given situation. Like, look at this one. But some memes have some insanely absurd backstories that you would never imagine in 1,000 years. So today, I did some research and we are gonna go through a bunch of them. All right, let's do this. So first, we have this guy.
Why is that cat looking at me like that? Oh, that had to do with his son, right? This meme went viral, what, 10 years ago?
Man, I don't mean to laugh, but it is pretty funny. Even this guy's laughing.
What do you mean by that?
Or not. Maybe I'm just going crazy. This guy, his name is Ricky Lockridge. And not many people know this, but he was a professional boxer.
Ooh.
And he was good. In his boxing career, he had 44 wins, with 36 of them being knockouts.
Oh, he was different.
So he was a super fighter. But
Yeah,
after
he was
retired
lost.
from boxing, his life went through a pretty downward spiral. And this tends to happen to fighters very often. The idea of fighting for a living to pay your bills to survive is such a blood-rising sport. It's barbaric. Even for me, when I dislocated my shoulder, I was fighting during that time for 5 months straight, practically every single day.
Yeah.
When I dislocated my shoulder, the depression that hit me was intense. Because that's what happens when you go from fighting to not fighting. So
I think that just happens with anyone who's in a profession. They go from their profession to doing nothing in their spare time. They're used to all of their day being centered around this profession, and then once it's gone, it's like, dang, I need to find myself.
Think about somebody like this guy who was fighting for years to then not fighting. He went through an intense downward spiral. He fell into a depression. He developed a drug addiction. He was homeless at one point.
Jesus.
He had terrible health issues. So in 2010, he appeared on a show called Intervention, which is a reality show where a camera crew will follow families giving interventions to their loved ones. No idea why that needs to be documented or put on camera, but yeah, these people made a show out of it and
anything
made a
for some
couple
ad
million
revenue.
dollars. On an episode,
Anything to put a
his
sponsorship
family
on.
pleaded with him to go get some help, and he broke down crying. And this video,
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart,
It's just the voice cracks. It's
I still love you.
like, it's so sad. It's so sad, but the voice is just like, it's alleviating the sadness and turning it into humor.
dude, I can't not laugh at this.
Where did that dog come from? Like, who took that pic of that dog at such a perfect time? You know what I mean? Like, who did that though? Who took this pic? And why did this, out of all pics, just go so viral for like the smirkingness? Like,
I can't not laugh at this. It's not fair. These are real tears. This isn't fake. This isn't him acting. This
Yes,
is
this
real.
is-
This is as real as it gets. He was crying because he realized how much his family actually cared about him despite his mistakes, despite his anger,
Which is
despite
sad.
the problems that he's caused. And it meant a lot to him. That's where this came from. Turns out this intervention worked, and he actually did stay clean for a very long time. But unfortunately, he did pass away at the age of 60 in 2019.
Oh
so
my
rest in peace to
goodness.
him. Next, the dog from the Doge meme. Sorry, the cat from the Doge meme. This guy right here, or girl. She was born at a puppy farm. And if you don't know what a puppy farm is for whatever reason, it's a farm where people will breed puppies to sell them for money. So they will try to perfectly genetically create dogs by breeding them by just, you know,
force them to have
doing
sex.
Minecraft shit,
Yeah.
except in real life. But the farm that this dog was living at, sorry, cat, but the farm that this cat was living at closed down, leaving her and her siblings to die. Most of her siblings, unfortunately, ended up passing away. Damn it. It's not fair, son.
Yes, brother. This life is not fair.
It's not fair. But she did.
What?
So an animal shelter found her, and they scheduled her to be put down. But just as she was about to be put down, a kindergarten teacher spawned out of absolutely nowhere, and she was like, no, let me have this cat.
No,
so this
I want
dog
that
had
meme.
a terrible backstory, lost its whole family.
And now it's one of the world's most famous dogs. That's literally like a comeback story. That is a main character backstory. Down and out, no family, no parents, no siblings. They were about to be put down themselves. Someone had the gun aimed at their head, but the gun misfired, and then someone came and saved them. And then boom, world's most famous dog.
Lost all of its siblings, was supposed to die, but then came out alive. So shout out to the kindergarten teacher and the dog, because this dog is responsible for making thousands of people millionaires because
Which
of
is
his
crazy.
face.
It is crazy. Might be the most expensive dog, the most business savvy dog of all time. That's what that dog is. Ain't no one more business savvy than him.
But some more unfortunate, deeply sad news.
He passed away?
She did pass away at the age of 18 years old.
She
So everybody
18 though, as a dog. Hey, lived her best life. That's what she did. She lived her best life. 18 is crazy.
say rest in peace to this good ass boy. Next, the grinning girl. This one. The girl who was responsible for this meme. Her name was Kalia Posey. She was on a show called Toddlers and Tiaras.
I hate the idea of these pageants. Whatever. Toddlers, tiaras, bro. Like, listen to that. Toddlers, tiaras. Hello, that sounds crazy.
This show. When one day she was doing an interview and she just did this face.
I've never seen
The internet
that.
saw this and of course did what it does best, turned it into a meme. But this meme has a very dark side to it.
Why?
And that involves her. Kalia actually unalived herself at the age of 16 years old, which is so ridiculously young. Which honestly super caught me off guard because I would have never expected this to be the backstory behind the grinning picture. Something about animals and young people passing away just really, it's sad.
What happened?
Sad. Rest in peace to her.
R.I.P.
So I had to dig deep in the internet archives for this
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
one. But you guys remember this meme? This meme is from relatively early meme era.
Oh,
times.
hood rat things
So
with
like
my
the
hood
end
rat
of the early
friends.
2000s and the beginning of the 2010s. This is like relatively early internet sense of humor. Like nowadays, if people were to look at this, they would be like, that's a red flag. That's definitely not something that should be overlooked or made into something funny. But basically,
That is true.
this kid went on TV and all he did was say, I just want to do hood
The
rat
rat-
stuff with my friends. And that's all people really knew about it. People didn't know what he actually was on the news for.
What was he? What did he
was
do?
the context behind him
No,
saying,
wait, what
I
did
just
he
wanna
do,
do hood
bro?
rat stuff with my
No.
friends. Which basically means I want to be rebellious and I want to be an idiot and I want to cause some trouble. But nobody really processed that. This kid, his name is Latarian Milton. Back in 2008, when this kid was 7.
Latarian, oh,
he's
Latarian, kind of a raw name. Latarian? Hold up. Oh, their parents were onto something with that
my
one.
age, or a little bit older than me actually. He stole his grandmother's SUV for pretty much no
That caught me off
reason. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that he asked his mom to do something and his mom was like, nah, So he's like, you know what?
I'm gonna take it into my
crash
own hands.
grandma's car.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
take it
that's
into my
what
own
he
hands.
did. He stole his car, picked up one of his friends, and drove around for miles, crashing into stop signs, crashing
That's
into
crazy.
poles,
I didn't know that.
nearly
Oh my
hitting a few
goodness.
people,
Oh my
causing
gosh.
over $100,000 worth of damages. So the cops obviously got alarmed of the situation and they
That's crazy.
started tailing him. But since the situation was so bizarre, the news people were like, yo, why don't we just come through and interview
The
this
kids.
So
Yeah.
when the news showed up and they were like, yo, what the hell were you thinking? He said, I'll pull it up right now.
I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things.
I
Period.
want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things. Now,
Talk
for
to
the
him, King.
adults here, is that not a crimson red flag? A child being like, I want to do bad things? Hello?
Drive into a car.
So did you know that you
And
could perhaps
drive
kill
it.
somebody?
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
Damn.
Did you know you could kill somebody? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I want to do hood rat stuff and some sacrifices need to be made. You know, if I want the right to do my hood rat things, some people are going to have to pay the price for me doing my hood rat things. Like, he knows what he wants and he's standing on it. I hope he did not get in trouble again,
So
bro. I
because
hope he
was 7
stayed
years old,
clean.
nothing really happened. He basically got a slap on the wrist and was told to go home. Literally less than 2 weeks after this, he made news headlines again. Because he was
What
in
are you
public with
doing?
his grandma and he asked his grandma, I want fried chicken wings. And the grandma said no. So he beat the shit out of his grandma in public, hospitalized her shortly after this whole situation. Now, fast forward 10 years later. 2017
on,
now.
bro.
He made headlines again
Libertarian.
for being involved in a carjacking, which
Yo.
darkened this entire meme. I don't know why
Yo.
anybody is surprised. They positively reinforced the kid who doesn't know any better, thinking that what he did
How did they positively reinforce him though? Is it because he became a meme? That's how it was positively reinforced? Because, yo, that's crazy.
was funny because of what he said. Now, I know they may not be the direct reasonings, but still, I'm gonna do the best of my ability to not ignore red flags like this in case another meme like this comes up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make my ass a video being like, hello, do you not see what the fuck is going on here? Anyways, that's that. 20,000 likes and I'll do a part 3, maybe. I'll see you on Friday.
All right, see you on Friday. What's Friday? What's happening? What's happening Friday? I don't know what's happening Friday, guys. I'm out of the loop.